I'm gonna send it back, gonna drown him out. This is weird, this is Bruce, this is who I'm meant to be, this is me.
I would like to thank everyone who has joined us this evening to celebrate the graduation of East Leyden High School's class of 2018. We would like to begin our ceremony with the singing of our national anthem. Please rise and join the Leyden Festival Band under the direction of Mr. Brian Miller and Miss Michelle Vasquez. It is with great pride that I welcome you here tonight to celebrate this wonderful milestone for the class of 2018. Tonight, we are fortunate to be able to celebrate in great style and comfort here in the beautiful Rosemont Theater. Thank you to the generosity of Mayor Bradley Stevens and the Village of Rosemont. We are able to enjoy our graduation in a perfect setting that can be enjoyed and remembered by all. Please help me show our gratitude. I would also like to thank Rosemont Theater Executive Director Pat Nagel and Director of Operations Ed Balo and the skilled craftsmen who work behind the scenes. Their special touches add so much to the ceremony, and we appreciate all that they do for us. Please help me thank them as well. And although tonight obviously is about this amazing group of seniors in front of me, ready to take their next step, I know that they would like to take one more opportunity to thank the faculty who have joined us this evening. There is no finer group of people anywhere, and I am proud of them and what we continue to achieve as a school community led by them. Faculty, please stand and face the audience. Thank you for all that you do every day. I would like to specifically recognize our retiring faculty members that are here tonight. Mr. Bodine, Mr. Gerber, Mr. Martin, and Miss Merkel. Additionally, we have two retiring administrators that have been a huge part of our Leyden community and themselves once graduated from East and West Leyden respectively, Athletic Director Randy Conrad and Chief Financial Officer Tom Janatius. The class of 2018 have accomplished so much in their time at East Leyden and have been rewarded by earning just over $4.8 million in grants and scholarships to colleges and universities and post-secondary opportunities from across the country. That is an amazing number. Please help me congratulate them. And now I would like to introduce, presenting his commencement speech, The Road, our superintendent, Dr. Nick Polyak.
Good evening. On behalf of the school board, the administration, the faculty and staff at Leyden, I'd like to welcome all of you to the graduation ceremony for the class of 2018. There are thousands of people in the room tonight, and each one of us has followed a different road through our lives. Some stretches are smooth, and some are filled with bumps and potholes. Sometimes the skies are clear, and other times we're driving through the rain or the snow. As a Leyden graduate, I want to remind you that the road continues after tonight. This isn't the end of your road, it's merely a bend in your road. You cannot yet see what lies around the corner, but I promise you that your families, your teachers, and administrators have prepared you for whatever you will encounter. As you travel your road, you will encounter people who need your help. Maybe they need a ride, maybe they've run out of gas, or maybe they have a flat tire. Take the time to take care of the other people in your life. The road is more enjoyable when we take care of one another. I wish I had time to tell you about the roads that all of our graduates have followed up to this point, but I would like to highlight 3 students from this outstanding graduating class. At East Leyden, the students are issued a 3-part challenge: to be kind, find your passion, and commit to excellence. Tonight's students each represent one part of that challenge. I'd like to begin with Be Kind and On Win. On? On shared a quote with me from actress Emma Watson. It refers to how she views her future, and it says, "If not me, who? If not now, when?" An's future changed dramatically in the summer of 2016. She was born in Vietnam, and in 2004, her parents filed paperwork intending to leave Vietnam for the United States. They wanted their children to have better opportunities, but it took 12 years before that dream would be realized. In the meantime, An continued with life and school in Da Nang, Vietnam. Da Nang is a large, dense urban city with 1.5 million people, and according to An, even more motorcycles and bicycles. Growing up there was not easy for her. An dealt with a significant respiratory illness. The parents of the other children at her school didn't want their own children to sit near An, so the teachers put her desk in the back corner of the classroom. Already a shy student, she felt separated, excluded, and different from her classmates. Even though she had her struggles, An told me that her grandmother was always encouraging her and loving her unconditionally. One day, the most popular girl in class got up out of her seat and sat down next to An. She complimented An on her math skills, and that small act of kindness did so much more for her. It changed her outlook on life. She told me, "An angel came to me that day, and now I have to be an angel to someone else." From that day forward, An tried harder at school, and her grades steadily improved. At the next grading period, An found out that she had achieved the highest grades in her class. She rushed home that day to share the good news with her grandmother and was shocked to learn that she had passed away earlier that day. Not long after that, An also lost her grandfather. If you fast forward now to the summer of 2016, and An is planning her summer with her best friend, Ho. Her parents give her the news that their paperwork had come through, and they were leaving for the United States in 1 month. After not being able to find work in California, their family moved to Franklin Park, Illinois, to be near an aunt. So An walked into Leyden and into our English language learner program. She recalls meeting Miss Funes as her counselor. She was so nice, willing to help her students, and was a good listener. Anne immediately realized that she needed to improve her English skills in order to find success. Coupled with a love of science, Anne began reading books to expand her vocabulary. She read AP books, watched the news on television, and started doing online tutoring on Khan Academy. She talked to people, including Mr. Posen, Mr. Reeves, and Mr. Vale, about what she needed to do in order to take our advanced placement courses. Anne took Leyden's medical careers course and was able to spend time in a number of medical settings throughout the community. However, her time at the Villa Scalabrini nursing home stood out as the most impactful. She saw a loneliness in many of the residents, and they reminded her of her own grandmother. She decided to do something about it and began volunteering at Villa Scalabrini. She spent time with the residents, wrote poetry for them, and made them crafts at the holidays throughout the year. Now, as a senior at Leyden, in her second year in the United States, she has completed our AP Calculus course. And in addition to her full class load, she studied online in the evenings and on weekends for the AP Chemistry, Physics 1, Physics 2, and Biology exams. She explained teaching herself multiple AP courses as a small achievement. I had to correct her and tell her that it is an amazing achievement. Anne sings in her church choir. Her club involvement at Leyden includes the Ecology Club, the Crocheting Club, UNICEF, Principia, the Key Club, and the Excellence Club. She's been named a Helen St. John Award winner by the Math Department and an Exceptional Eagle by the Science Department. She is taking that love of science and her experiences at the nursing home to pursue a career as a geriatric physician. Next year, she's been accepted into the leadership program at Trinity Christian College, where she has received a scholarship for $24,000 per year. In thinking about the past few years, Anne said the following to me. Wait a minute, I wonder, where is the girl who was always shy and afraid of getting out of her safety zone? Who is this girl? When I close my eyes, I can call out each of the names of teachers, staff members, and friends that have helped shape the me of today. Anne, we are so proud of all you've done, and even more excited to see what you'll do next. You've already been an angel to the people at Leyden and at Villa Scalabrini. Don't ever lose that mindset, because if not you, then who? And if not now, then when? Congratulations. For Find Your Passion, I'd like to introduce Joseph Longo. In 1986, long before Joey Longo was born, Robert Fulgham wrote a book called All I Really Need to Know I Learned in Kindergarten. After sitting with Joe and talking about his past, I found out that all he really needed to learn, he learned at his house on something called Pasta Sunday. It's a tradition that Joe's extended family gets together every Sunday for hours as they make sauce together, sit at the table, share a meal, and more importantly, share life with one another. He told me that countless Pasta Sundays have taught him how to develop relationships. He gained an ease in talking to others, whether older or younger than him. He developed a quick wit to fire jokes back at his family members, and the ability to not take himself too seriously, as they would all take turns giving each other a hard time. He told me, as a guy in my family, You get eaten alive if you can't take a tease and dish one back. Those skills are very evident when you look at Joe's accomplishments at Leyden, especially in our journalism and culinary programs. Before we talk about those areas, let's talk about Joe's love of sports. It started back in elementary school when he remembers going to games with his dad, shooting hoops with his friend Robert, and talking to his teachers. He volunteered to help manage the softball team, where he kept stats, helped the coach in any way he could, and developed a love for the strategy of sports. Next, he stepped up as a manager for the basketball team and quickly built a reputation as the go-to manager at school. Joey carried that love over to Leyden, where he has helped manage our football, basketball, and baseball programs. He recalls that the first basketball game he ever managed at Leyden was sophomore year. We defeated Ridgewood in their Thanksgiving tournament on a last-second shot. Other highlights came junior year when Leyden's football team beat Hinsdale South in overtime, and our boys' basketball team beat Morton on a buzzer beater. Truly, if it has to do with sports at Leyden, Stats by Joe has probably been there when it happened. Joe told me he'd like to thank Coach Zitzka for basically forcing him to be his assistant and manager. Mr. Zitzka has been like a second father to Joey. His influence ranges from giving out fashion advice, teaching Joe about the importance of humor and positivity, and for adopting the idea of just being me. Joe's other major influences at Leyden have been Mr. Narder and Miss Sweeney. Without their advice and convincing, Joe might not have gotten involved with our journalism and culinary programs. I really got to know Joe when he was put in charge of managing the area school board dinner at Leyden. He and his team created a menu, prepared an outstanding meal, and served all the area superintendents and school board members this year. If you watched the video announcements or viewed any social media at Leyden, you would see Joe's journalism skills in action. It got to the point where I was excited to watch for the East SPN Sports Studio clips for another Sports Minute. So what comes next for Stats by Joe? After being accepted into his dream school, the University of Michigan, Joe decided instead to take his talents to the University of Illinois in Urbana-Champaign. Thanks to Mrs. O'Neill, he's already connected with the U of I athletic department, where he will be working on the sidelines with their teams and athletes. Joe will be writing for them in addition to pursuing his journalism degree. His dream job is to work for ESPN and either host his own show or be an anchor on SportsCenter. Now, I don't want you to think that Joe is perfect. Mr. and Mrs. Longo, you must be very proud of your son. Please know I'm trying to help you out. I've asked him to start picking up the clothes off his bedroom floor, to clean his dishes instead of putting them in the sink, and to spend a little less time playing Fortnite on his PS4. And I'll end with the last thing that Joe told me about pasta Sundays at his house. Sometimes life takes his family members to other adventures in other parts of the country. However, when you come back home, you are always welcomed back to the table on Pasta Sunday. Joe, the same is true at Leyden. As you head off on your next adventure, we wish you well, and you've always got a home back here at Leyden. Congratulations. And for Commit to Excellence, I'd like to introduce Leslie Arciniega. When Leslie leaves Leyden this month, she is headed to the University of Michigan, where she will become a Wolverine. After speaking with her, I did a little research on Wolverines. They are incredibly tough animals who are known for traveling long distances. They don't take the easy way, however, as they will walk directly over mountains instead of going around. Wolverines are also very social animals with strong family bonds, and they take care of one another. I couldn't help but conclude that Leslie has a lot in common with her future school's mascot. Leslie has lived in Franklin Park her entire life. As a fifth grader at Paso Elementary in 2011, her father was incarcerated and sent to the Robinson Correctional Center in Southern Illinois. He's been there for the past 7 years, and Leslie has only been able to see him a handful of times since then. Her older sisters, Melly and Teresa, both Leyden alumni, are grown and out of the house. Leslie's mother, Maria, works third shift at a company in Addison, so she and Leslie run on opposite schedules every day. This arrangement, while difficult, has allowed the two of them to care for their other relative in the house, Leslie's grandmother, Lupe, who suffers from dementia. Leslie explained their shift rotation, as Mom cares for Grandma during the day, and Leslie cares for her after school and at night. Growing up, Leslie recalls that school became a break for her from some of the issues she was dealing with at home. Then when she'd come home at night, she developed a love of reading, especially the Dragon Ball Z manga series. When she attended Hester Junior High, she was able to get involved with Lego robotics. That helped her with curiosity, determination, and problem-solving skills, all of which would become part of her success in and out of Leyden. Leslie jumped into our engineering program, where she was able to use computer-aided drafting and 3D printing. She got involved with our club that makes 3D printed prosthetic hands for children across the world. When I asked her about staff members that made a difference, she instantly pointed to East Leyden's principal, Jason Markey. She said that he saw potential in her and taught her to recognize that potential and to not limit herself. She took that advice to heart and applied for the Illinois Institute of Technology Global Leaders Program during her sophomore year. During this 2-year summer program, Leslie learned about the importance of serving others, building a professional network, and committing to innovation. Along with Rakan Alzaga, their group raised over $2,000, and they created and ran a program to empower elementary students in the Hyde Park community to engage in science, technology, engineering, and math curriculum. During the second summer of that program, Leslie only attended 2 weeks of the 4-week program. This was because she was accepted into another program at Yale University. As a Yale Young Global Scholar last summer, Leslie participated in lectures, discussion groups, and a research capstone project. She joined a team with 3 other students from China, England, and Venezuela. Together, they researched autonomous bee drones and how they could use nanotechnology to solve global issues with a lack of pollination and bee colony collapse disorder. She wasn't exactly slouching in her work at Leyden either. During sophomore year, she took AP European History, Statistics, and Seminar. Junior year, she took AP Physics 1, Computer Science, English, and US History. And senior year, she completed AP Government, Research, Calculus, Physics 2, and Chemistry. That's 12 AP courses in 3 years. She's been an Access mentor, participated in the engineering and makerspace clubs, and worked on the tech crew, building sets and lighting for our theater program. Through the connections she made in the Scholars Program at the Illinois Institute of Technology, she was introduced to the possibility of becoming a Posse Scholar. She joined a group of 3,000 prospective recipients and worked her way through a series of observations and interviews to become one of only 10 students in the country to receive a 4-year full tuition scholarship to the University of Michigan. In her new incoming freshman class, she's been named a lead scholar, and she's been given the Provost Award. In these new roles, she will conduct work-study research for the university and study mechanical engineering. Any other costs for college will be offset with the Stevens, the Women's Club, the District 84, the American Legion, and the Dare to Dream scholarships she received this year. Leslie told me that her ultimate goal in life is to make a difference through mechanical engineering and to serve the common good. She wants to leave the world a better place than she found it. Just like her future Wolverine mascot, Leslie has attacked life and her education head on. She makes no excuses, takes good care of her family, and travels directly over any mountain placed in front of her. Leslie, we are proud of all you've done at and for Leyden. We're excited to see where your next adventure leads. Congratulations. Speaking on behalf of all of us at Leyden, to all of our graduates tonight, it's been an honor to be part of your journey. Please enjoy the road you are on. When you come to an intersection and you need to turn one way or the other, make the right choices. Keep your focus on your ultimate destination, whatever that might be. We are so proud of all of you today. We wish you nothing but the best in your lives. And remember, no matter where you go and no matter what you do, you will always be a Leyden Eagle. Thank you.
And now, this year's salutatorian at East Leyden High School is Jake Christopher Schwartz, and he will talk to us about where we have been.
All right, so this speech is called Where We Have Been, or as Earl calls it, a tough act to follow. All right, it's such an honor to be up here representing East Leyden's class of 2018. My name is Jake Schwartz, and I'm here to take you all on a journey way back in time, back to where it all began for each and every one of us. For those of you who are forward thinkers, you'll have to wait a little bit to hear the good bits about all of our futures, because again, that's Uriel's job. For the time being, you're stuck with me, and like the friend you still owe $10 to from like 5 years ago, I'm going to dwell on the past quite a bit, just to give context for what we're about to accomplish right here on this stage. It's a safe bet to say that our lives have revolved around school. For as long as I remember, every morning since I was little, well, littler, was a mad dash. Get dressed, eat breakfast, brush your teeth, grab your bag, head to school. While that routine has more or less stayed the same, there are a few key differences that we've all had to adjust to. More homework, more classes, more stress, and worst of all, no nap time. Well, unless you're Uriel, that is. In the face of all these changes, however, we've continued to stand tall. We haven't survived, we've thrived. And thanks to all that Leyden has given to us, we're more prepared than ever to continue to thrive. What I feel is important but often overlooked is that our teachers aren't just laying the foundation for our success. They're following side by side every step of the way. In fact, I would even say that everyone here tonight, including all the teachers, have been on this educational journey since we've been potty trained. As funny as that imagery may be, it perfectly encapsulates just how integral education has been for all of us and how our growth as students is much like our growth as human beings. Also, if that potty training analogy holds true, I guess that means Mr. Reeves hasn't been teaching for too long. I'm sure you've all heard the famous quote, all work and no play makes life really boring, or something like that. I'm paraphrasing, you know what I mean. Especially at the high school level, it'd be easy to drown us all in homework and tests and quizzes and whatnot, but that's a large part of what makes Leyden so special. Despite all the natural stressors that are more or less a part of high school, we've always had ways to stay engaged, take a break, and just have fun. Whether you love to cook, build, sing, meditate, draw, play an instrument, coach the Warriors to 3 straight NBA Finals appearances, I see you, Mr. Vale, or do countless other activities, Leyden not only offers it, but encourages it. And it's that kind of attitude that makes all of our high school experiences that much more enjoyable. I can personally attest to this, as many of my closest friends are people that I've met through these extracurriculars. In fact, I bet most of them are in this theater with me right now. Hold on, let me check. Okay, yeah, wait, hold on. Where's Waldo? Oh, there he is. As I was saying, throughout our time here, we've all had the opportunity to learn in an environment where having fun was a right, not a privilege, and that distinction has meant a world of difference to all of us. When I first writing this speech, I was at a loss in terms of how to succinctly yet accurately summarize what Leyden represents. I mean, we all know what Leyden stands for, but how could I possibly cut it down to a quick phrase, a few words? I was stumped, so like any responsible student, I stopped writing and scrolled through Twitter. Now, Mr. Markey, I can feel you staring at me, but trust me, I'm going somewhere with this. I stumbled upon my friend Emmy's Twitter bio, Emmy, right over there. Say hi, everyone. And right then and there, I saw something perfect. Empower, don't compete. I mean, how perfect of a summary is that for all that Leyden does for us? And again, like any responsible student, I'm completely, shamelessly stealing that quote. We are simultaneously empowered and supported by the endless resources of Leyden and being taught that the best way to better yourself is by bettering the lives of those around you. As we move on in life, it's important to stop and recognize everyone that played a role in who you are today. For that, I'd like to thank my parents, my Aunt Kay, all of the wonderful friends I've met, as well as the teachers that I've gotten to work with over these past 4 years. It may seem like the beginning of this journey was years and years ago, but in reality, we've only just begun. Thank you.
And now this year, our valedictorian is Ariel Martinez, who will present his speech, Where Are We Going?
Hi, I'm Ariel Martinez, and on behalf of the class of 2018, I'd like to reiterate our thanks to all the faculty, friends, and family who are here today for helping us achieve this significant milestone in our lives. Throughout it all, we couldn't have done it without our families. Shout out and thank you to my parents, Arturo and Isela Martinez. Los quiero mucho. And they gave us life, raised us, and supported us. And we couldn't have done it without the teachers that put up with us while we were on this path of confusion and hormones. A path that ultimately brought us to a moment that represents the end of an era, as well as celebration of the opportunities that await us. Here we stand. Here we stand on the edge of infinite possibilities. Up to this point in our lives, every year has been predetermined in an orderly fashion. After junior year came senior year. After first period came second period. After first period came second period. And after Stark's plyo workouts came the inability to walk upstairs. An orderly framework of logical steps determine where we shall go in high school. But life is different. As we follow our differing paths, we should embrace that uncertainty that arises as a result. We still don't know exactly what we're going to do. We don't know exactly where life will take us. And we don't know where it should. This uncertainty we may experience comes along with the limitless amount of opportunities in our lives. Our entire lives lay ahead of us, full of all the experiences we have yet to know, all the people we have yet to meet, all the places we have yet to go. Here we stand, endowed with untold freedom and potential, prepared to lead a life that is solely our own. For now, we become part of the in-between, whether that be in between high school and college, high school and trade school, or high school and the job market. This life transition started when high school ended on May 17th. Or for being completely honest, when senioritis started at the beginning of second semester. But now that senior year is over, we must take ownership of our future. It is easy to be filled with hope and excitement about our futures. But it is also easy to forget the feeling you are feeling right now and fall into quiet complacency. For this reason, I urge the class of 2018 to seek discomfort. Take the world as it comes to you and say yes to new possibilities while you still can. For they may open you up to new experiences that change your life. Discomfort is a feeling you get when trying something that lies outside of your everyday experience. Or that feeling you get when you hear a really, really bad pun from Dioko Reyes or Sunny Patel. With time, your horizons will expand, and you may come to find that the discomfort or nervousness that you previously felt was just unfounded. East Leyden, class of 2018. Life and all its possibilities remains before us. All the people and places we have yet to know await us, as do the friendships and families we have yet to make. Just remember to embrace all the little uncertainties by seeking discomfort. But regardless of whatever path we may take, we will always be Leyden Eagles. Thank you.
And now, the Leyden High School Chamber Singers will perform This Day under the direction of Miss Stacy Cunningham. To introduce the Leyden High School District 212 School Board President, Mr. Gregory Ignafo. Mr. Ignafo, it is my honor to present to you the class of 2018 for the awarding of the diplomas.
Thank you, Mr. Markey. And thank you. It is an honor and privilege for me to be here tonight. This is an exciting time in the Leyden family as we celebrate another milestone in the lives of these fine young men and women, Leyden's newest alumni. At Leyden, we are a family. The use of the word family has real meaning and showcases our mutual respect for each other. It is that culture of how we interact with each other and watch out for each other. We celebrate in each other's accomplishments, provide encouragement and reassurance at times of failure, and support and understanding during difficult times. In the Leyden family, it does not matter where you come from, your background, or what your role is, whether student, staff, or community member. We are all in it together. And I am so very proud to be part of the Leyden family and this magical place called Leyden High School. In one way or another, everyone in this room is part of the Leyden family, and we are all here tonight to celebrate with these graduates. Graduates, tonight is also a time to acknowledge all those that have helped you along the way and to thank them for their commitment to you. Some have been alongside you since birth, some that you have come to know at Leyden, and some you have never met. But each has played an essential role in your lives and are part of our Leyden family. Leyden encourages our students to dream the dream and provides them with the tools and opportunity to live the dream. But there are only a few that have stood up and defended the dream. Would all those here who have worn our country's uniform please stand so that we may have the opportunity to thank you for your service. Army, Marines, Navy, Coast Guard, Air Force, our veterans, would you please rise? Thank you. Please remain standing, veterans. Please remain standing. Also, please remember Monday, May 28th, is Memorial Day, a day to remember those who have given their lives in the defense of freedom, including several of our own Leyden alumni. And like our veterans, our first responders are on the front line every single day, protecting us and keeping us safe. Would all of our first responders here, police, fire, EMS, please rise and stand with your veterans. First responders, please rise. And I would ask all of you to remain standing because there is yet one more special group that needs to join you. Part of the Leyden family who also serve and sacrifice and so often go unrecognized. And as we talk about family, we must acknowledge theirs. Would all of the family members of our veterans, our police, our fire, and EMS please rise and join these heroes? Our family members of the veterans and EMS, please rise. There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, these are our hometown heroes, and we thank them. Thank you. Last August, Layla Setakovic from East and Marco Chaidas from West were sworn in as Leyden Student Board members. Layla, where are you? Would you please stand? Where's Layla? Somewhere. I can't. Straight in front. Got it. Please, thank you. Please stand. Through their partition at school events, attendance at board meetings, the state school board conference, and many of their other commitments, Layla and Marco have brought your voice to the highest level of decision making. When the Board of Education needs to make a decision about what's best for kids, we turn to Marco and Layla for their input, and they have represented you very well. Layla, thank you for your commitment to Leyden, the long hours, your valuable insight and collaboration. We will miss you. Thank you. Graduates, the rest of the Leyden family that we need to acknowledge have one single common purpose, and that is to provide you with the best possible high school education with an abundance of quality experiences for you to grow physically, academically, and emotionally. And if it wasn't for you, the student, Leyden High School simply would not exist. And we believe that Leyden High School provides the best possible education for our students with a wide variety of opportunities, and that each individual student has unique talents, and those unique talents need to be identified, nurtured, and honed. And although they are small in numbers, their impact is immense. Leyden High School enjoys the best team of administrators in any school district anywhere. Administrators, thank you for your vision, passion, and your consistent vigil over our most precious assets, our kids. Thank you, administrators. Yep. And as Mr. Markey mentioned earlier, we have two administrators that are retiring this year, and both alumni. Our West alumni, our CFO, Mr. Tom Janatias, for his 35 years of service. Mr. Janatias has the second longest title of anyone here at Leyden High School. His secretary has the longest title. And East alumni, our athletic director, Mr. Andy Conrad, for his 19 years of service. Thank you both. Graduates, you know the next members of the Leyden family as well as anybody here. You've shared in each other's growth and experiences and have established a deep mutual respect with each other. The Leyden faculty are a group of talented and dedicated professionals who consistently and without hesitation have provided the Leyden student with the highest caliber of educational experiences. Their commitment to excellence and pledge to the success of Leyden students is never ending. Ladies and gentlemen, the East Leyden faculty, I would ask the faculty one more time, please rise, take a bow. Well done, faculty. And on a personal note, a special thank you to another retiree, Mr. Steve Martin. Go ahead, let's give him another round. Mr. Martin has taught English for 29 years and is, before noted by Mr. Markey, was president of the Teachers Union. At his retirement dinner, Mr. Martin stated that his favorite Leyden Pride moment is never following #Leyden. From Mr. Martin's perspective, he said, if you want to know what's going on at Leyden, talk to the kids. They're right in front of us, and they're dying to tell us their stories. All you have to do is ask. Steve, on a personal note again, I want to thank you for those long nights of conversation that you and I shared. It meant a lot. Thank you, Mr. Martin. Another thank you to Mr. Ken Reyes and your support staff for your tireless commitment to the Leyden community and for providing us an excellent facility to work and learn. Thank you, Ken. There are many other members of the Leyden family who work tirelessly for the success of Leyden students. our support staff, security staff, aides, bus drivers, and cooks, all who play an essential role in the education and well-being of Leyden students, and so often go unrecognized for their vital contributions. Your collective efforts and your commitment to the Leyden family have helped to bring these young men and women here today. And Leyden certainly would not be Leyden if it wasn't for all of the volunteers, those loyal equals who consistently give their time, talents, and resources so these young men and women can have extra opportunities. Thank you to all the volunteers. Last, but certainly not least, a very special thank you to your neighbors, the taxpayer. We are very grateful that the Leyden community continues to support the innovative programs for the betterment of our students. Thank you, taxpayers. Collectively, these members of the Leyden family all strive to do three things: educate, enrich, and empower students and community. So thank yous are nice and appreciated, but I can tell you with certainty that what is truly desired of you is that you lead healthy, happy, and productive lives, and that you remember how you were helped and that you help others. And I'll leave you with this. In 1990, former First Lady, the late Barbara Bush, gave a commencement address at Wellesley College. In her remarks, she said, "Cherish your human connections. At the end of your life, you will never regret not having passed one more test, winning one more verdict, or not closing one more deal. What you will regret, time not spent with a husband, a child, a friend, or a parent." To the families of these new Leyden alumni, we thank you for allowing us to be part of their lives. We share with you the commitment to excellence for their success, and I hope that we have met and exceeded your expectations. Mr. Markey, let's give the parents a round. What do you say? Mr. Markey, Dr. Poliak, on behalf of the Board of Education, it is with Leyden pride that I accept these fine young men and women as Leyden High School's newest alumni, the East Leyden class of 2018. They bring honor to themselves, their families, and the entire Leyden community. Thank you.
And now, with a request from the class of 2018, I would like to present East Leyden Senior Layla Sadakovic, East Leyden Senior Anmar Cabral, and finally, East Leyden Senior Olga Bolka.
Welcome to the graduation ceremony for the class of 2018. We thank all of our families, friends, and teachers who are present to honor us tonight. Because this is such a special occasion for each and every one of us, we would like to make a very special request. As the names of the graduates are announced, please hold your applause and cheer so that the names of all graduates can be heard in an equal and fair manner. With your help, we look forward to making this the most meaningful and respectful ceremony. Thank you.
Bienvenidos a la ceremonia de graduación de la clase de 2018. Agradecemos a nuestras familias, amigos y maestros que están presentes para honrarnos esta noche, porque se trata de una ocasión muy especial para todos y cada uno de nosotros nos gustaría hacerle una petición muy especial. Cuando se anuncien los nombres de los graduados, favor de no aplaudir para que los nombres de todos se puedan escuchar de la misma forma y sea justo para todos. Con su ayuda esperamos tener una ceremonia significativa y respetuosa. Gracias.
Witamy na ceremonii graduacji klasy roku 2018. Dziękujemy serdecznie wszystkim naszym bliskim, przyjaciołom i nauczycielom za waszą obecność tutaj dla uhonorowania naszej uroczystości. Ponieważ jest to szczególna okazja dla każdego z nas bez wyjątku, mamy szczególną prośbę. Gdy wyczytywane będą nazwiska graduujących uczniów, prosimy powstrzymać się od braw, aby wszystkie nazwiska mogły być usłyszane jednakowo głośno i wyraźnie. Niech z waszą pomocą ta ceremonia będzie szczególna i niezapomniana dla wszystkich. Dziękujemy.
Ushers, please prepare our graduates. Our readers this evening are Miss Sonia Kasatovich and Mr. Alex Jamarin. Assisting with tonight's ceremony are 6 students from the class of 2019. Cesar Hernandez, Madison Jedlink, Christopher Lingett, Julia Rosinska, Hannah Schmidt, and Tony Wynn. Let's thank them for their contributions this evening. And presenting diplomas this evening, our Board of Education members, Mrs. Lisa Anthony and Mr. James Lima.
Uriel Martinez.
Jake Christopher Schwartz.
Alyssa Giu.
Leslie Victoria Arciniega.
Giovanni Diamiti.
Jason Alzate.
Dana Polina.
Emmy Sharon.
Moise Gassan Araj.
Sunny Patel. Congratulations to the top 10 students of the class of 2018.
Vittorio Aceves.
Stephanie Aguilar.
Maria Elena Alejandre.
Jaslyn Alvarado.
Armando T. Alvarez.
Luz Janeth Alvarez.
Rakan Fawaz Alzaga.
Michael Antoshevsky.
Isabel Iliana Anzueta.
Edwin Arambula.
Luis Arango Echeverri.
Lisbeth Ariano.
Miguel Ruben Arias.
Erica Arroyo.
Jalen Lewis Arroyo.
Johnny Oje.
Adrian Aviles.
Ariana Daniela Race.
Yulissa Carranza Baez.
Christian Bailon.
Cora Victoria Bach.
Ala Baker.
Michael Joshua Barajas.
Mihal Baran.
Maya Brise Barnes.
Maria Berrigan.
Nancy Berrigan.
Crystal Barone.
Patrick Barton.
Fabian K. Bartos.
Angelou Rose Bayan.
Emerson Becker.
Jacqueline Renee Bednarchik.
Jessica Angel Bernal.
Janae Bertrand.
John Vito Bevilacqua.
Adeline Marie Benars.
Hubert Binkowski.
Georgie Ivanov Barakov.
Enrique Jonathan Bourgeon.
Brienne Bowling.
Ida M. Boyas.
Michelle Bravo.
Norma Iris Bravo.
Adam James Brimmy.
Roxana Maria Brozek.
Olga Boca.
Anmar Stephanie Cabral.
Raylene Cabral.
Javier Cabral Delgado.
Frank Gabriel Calderas Pedrosa.
Alicia Caitlin Calderon.
Hector Casimiro.
Serena Caraballo.
Adriana Castro.
Sandra Castellanos.
Ana Laura Cerón Martinez.
Frank Castro.
Marta Chutchman.
Ashley Chu.
Sarah Beth Cole.
Daniela Gianna Chancholo.
John Cooper.
Maria Contreras.
Sabrina Marie Corral.
Daniela Corral.
Brian Covarrubias.
Amanda Cortez.
Brianna Nicole Cruz.
Savian Crespo.
Martha Yashalin Cruz Baina.
Damian Gator Cruz.
Tomasz Dabek.
Sean Jihosh.
Banapul Dawood.
Dylan Davoli.
Stephanie De La Cruz.
Syra Delgado.
Justin J. Demon.
Dylan M. Dethlefson.
Diego Diaz.
Carla Yvette Diaz.
Waldo Diaz.
Brian Durado.
Yvette Dorado.
Patricia Dorochevsky.
Daniel Duarte.
Nicholas Durko.
Lindsay Marissa Dyson.
Timothy Diitis.
Justin Endaya.
Caroline Marie Escobedo.
Jorge Udell Espino.
Joshua Espino.
Stephanie Giselle Felix.
Abel Estrada.
Jake Fiala.
Santiago Fernandez.
Adam Felis.
Amalia Figueroa.
Armando Flores.
Adrian Flores.
Diane Flores Martinez.
Christy Nicole Foley.
Marilyn Fuentes.
Yasmin Garay.
Andrea Selena Garcia.
Brianna Anais Garcia.
Carlos Garcia.
Diana Garcia.
Emmanuel Garcia.
Kenya Garcia.
Maria Garcia.
Victory Zachary Garcia.
Allison Joanne Gilman.
Yesenia Gomez.
Brenda Gomez Garcia.
Ariana Maria Gonzalez.
Sandra Alexis Gonzalez.
Hector Gonzalez.
Victoria Gronkevich.
Jacob Gorski.
Sean Michael Gugenti.
Alexander Gronkowski.
Eduardo Gutierrez.
David Joseph Gutierrez Jr.
Faraz Harb.
James Hanna.
Tony Hernandez.
Brian Haskell.
Joel Hernandez.
Gilbert Hernandez.
Sebastian Hernandez.
Joseph Alexander Hernandez.
Andres Herrera.
Edgar Hernando.
Ariel Virginia Herrera.
Ariana Herrera.
Ata Hinawi.
Nicole Herrera.
Gadir Abdelmajid Ibrahim.
Andrea Horvath.
Mariana Jacome Fernandez.
Jacqueline Isaias.
Alexandra Jez.
Jonathan Jaimes.
Stanislav Karpieshuk.
Alexis Jimenez.
Artem Kit.
Kaylee Kilrain.
Julia Kornatowska.
Alexandra Kopinska.
Justina Kowalski.
Mateusz Kowal.
Sarah Lynn Krajewski.
Dominika Kozaneka.
Conrad Kutz.
Milos Kretowicz.
Marcin Damian Kulos.
Emily Margaret Kujawa.
Mateusz Kutkowski.
Vladimir Kulinich.
Jason Robert Langer.
Haley Lampier.
Corey Lavallee.
Mia Jolie LaSure.
Martine Lianos.
Jacob Lawrence Lawson.
Sarah Lolino.
Alfredo Lepe.
Joe Longo.
Faith Londoño.
Daniel Marcelo Lopez.
James Dean Lonsky.
Daniela Lujan.
Ulissa Lopez.
Adriana Mancia.
Adam Micah.
Brian Marquez.
Alan Christian Mapakpak.
Alejandro Martinez.
Christopher Mariquin.
Jasmine Nicole Martinez.
Evelyn Martinez.
Camila Mastella.
Joel Martinez.
Cameron McGee.
Maciek Matisek.
Samuel Medina.
Sarah Mebrock.
Laura Mendez.
Elkin Mejia.
Fatima Zahara Messia.
Gisela Mendoza.
Sophia Mitrovic.
Michael Meyer.
Madeline Miller.
Alexandra Maria McKenna.
Antonio Miranda.
Jessica Minkoff.
Peter Alexander Modrich.
Melvin Mix.
Alexis Molina.
Andrew Miller.
Juan P. Montoya.
Alyssa Marie Monarez.
Ruben Morales.
Julian Morales.
Alexander Enrique Muniz.
Cesar Moreno.
Valentina Nacheva.
Adriana Munoz.
Eliel Nevares.
Leslie Navarre.
Dan Nguyen.
An Tilan Nguyen.
Jennifer Guadalupe Nieto.
Amy Lynn Nicholson.
Victoria Josephine Novak.
Nathan Norton.
David Noska.
Gabriela Marie Novielli.
Gabriel Olvera.
Edwin Nunez.
Jessica Lynn Ortega.
Andy Ortega.
Daniel Ovcharek.
Joshua Ortega.
Matthew Tyler Ozanek.
Jamie O'Toole.
Israel Parada.
Alexi Rose Oyola.
Grace Pastors.
Moses Palma Sanchez.
Priya Patel.
Sabrina Peros.
Omar Patino.
Michael Lee Pastors Jr.
Jocelyn Paz.
Raj Patel.
Diego Peralta.
Daniel Payan.
Elizabeth Perez.
Dylan James Peterson.
Yulissa Perez.
Angelica Perez.
Isabella Pisanco.
Emmanuel Perez.
Brenda Pisano Perez.
Natalia Pedron.
Omar Pliego.
Rebecca Rose Pitzenberger.
Camille Poplovsky.
Melissa Pisano Perez.
Alexia Ramondi.
Gabriela Yvette Panziano.
Alan Ramirez.
Tomasz Radziszewski.
Carlos Ramirez.
Natasha Raymundi.
Edwin Ramos Jr.
Brian Ramirez.
Tony Rea.
Remy Ramirez.
Eric Renteria.
Nico Ramos.
Maya Rivas.
Jose Rebelar Morales.
Julissa Rivera.
Dioco Reyes.
Josh Robles.
Jessica Rivas.
Kamira Rocket.
My mistake. Devante Jordan Berlin Rivera.
Adonis Rodriguez.
Tatiana Rivera.
Andres Rodriguez.
Sam Robles.
Leah Rodriguez.
Caitlin Rogers.
Julissa Lisbeth Rodriguez.
Alan Rodriguez.
Fatima Rodriguez Nila.
Daniel Rodriguez.
Riani Rosario.
Salma Alejandra Rodriguez.
Tom Ruchala.
Juan Rodriguez Monroy.
Lysandra Ruiz.
Elijah Romero.
Patrick Rizhevsky.
Paul Rochkovsky.
Layla Sadikovic.
Jorge Leonardo Rueda.
Jennifer Sines.
John Ribolowitz.
Giovanni Salazar.
Kais Iad Sadeh.
Jacqueline Saldoriaga Lopez.
David Sadlow.
Abigail Salgado.
Eileen Salazar.
Dennis Salkich.
Junelli Saldana.
Sandra Samborski.
Adam Soleil.
Ivy Ana Lilia Sanchez.
Melissa Salgado.
Victor Jesus Sanchez Jr.
Samuel Solkik.
Liliana Irene Santiago.
Clarissa Sanchez.
Francisco Javier Santos.
Joseph Sanchez.
Lauren Schuster.
Marissa Sandoval.
Yurette Serrano.
Brian Sentian.
Nikola Sterianov.
Renee Sarabia, Jr.
Jasmine Cifuentes Garcia.
Victoria Nicole Schulmeister.
Albin Sinani.
Nicole Sedlasik.
Grace Michael Slowinski.
Summer Bell Sewell.
Bart Schniezek.
Patrick Sheedock.
Ashling Snowden.
Sammy Silva Solis.
Carla Solis.
Patrick Skochin.
Alejandra Sosa.
Mateusz Smoter.
Sofia Laura Sote.
Sarah Ruth Snowpack.
Ezekiel Suchi.
Paulina Sobiralski.
Myrnis Sutkovich.
Jonathan Jimenez Soriano.
Magdalena Polina Shetlak.
Crystal Soto.
Joshua Turan.
Anna Stasik.
Georgia Thomas.
Mihal Suhi.
Andres Eduardo Torres.
Victoria Shara.
Mario Tavar.
Camille Sebastian Schlupka.
Jakub Bortolium Trela.
Rosa Terenzio.
Lisa Truesdale.
Aliyah Simone Tolver.
Daria Tarowski.
Karina Giselle Torres.
Angelica Urbina.
Delilah Tracy.
Julia Yu.
John Trice.
Gabriel Vale.
Alyssa Trujillo.
Joshua Vargas Gonzalez.
Sofia Ultreras.
Sonia Velasquez.
Felicia Uriustegi.
Donna Villamina.
Crystal Destiny Vale.
Alvin Villanueva.
Jordan Rose Vandenberg.
Erica De Jesus Villegas.
Yamile Isabel Velasco.
Lydia Wade.
Destiny L. Velez.
Jacob Wojcik.
Eliza Milan Villanueva.
Kara Woods Ortiz.
Carlos Villaseñor III.
Sebastian Yepes.
Brett Justin Van Schwedler.
Jaslyn Zavala.
Catherine White.
Jessica Ziefeld.
Savannah Wood.
Lena Zuniga.
Eric Yepaz.
Dominic Rizzo.
Amanda Maria Zupal. Danny Ziefelt. Maciek Zagadlo. Christopher Inocencio Zur. Michael Augusto Valdez.
Graduates, I know you will take your kindness, passion, and commitment to excellence on with you in life and forge a path that will continue to make us all proud. This is evident by the 108 seniors before you who have received the Excellence Award, by far the largest we have had. I've heard many of you reflect on what you have learned from East Leyden, from our teachers, our staff, your peers and parents, but what you don't fully realize is what you have given to us. Our school is a stronger, more inclusive community because of you, your experiences, your stories, your accomplishments, and even your struggles. I could personally share stories of how this has impacted me and made me a better person. So in no way do I need to hope that you are all ready for the world, but rather, I only hope the world is ready to fully hear and see you, for it will be a better place when it does. Now, graduates, please stand, face your family and friends, move your tassels to the left. Congratulations to the class of 2018.